Hi, this is John Nugent. The bicycle industry potentially has a major problem on its hand. It could be pretty much devastated. And I didn't think about this at all until recent developments happened. First, a little bit of background. I first started going to Taiwan in 1982, and at that point it was pretty basic, a third world country. We were just buying low-end stuff there, tires, tubes, and anything that didn't really require a high deal of quality. At that time, the tension between China and Taiwan was real. I remember coming in to Taiwan after visiting Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, I bought a cloisonné vase. And when I was going through the customs, he said, where's this made? And I said, made in China. He said, you can't take anything made in China into Taiwan. So they were nice. You know, they said, we'll check it for you and you can get it when you leave the country. I had one other incident, which is probably indicative of the state we're in now. I was flying into Taipei and going to the airport, coming from the airport, going to my hotel. I got a taxi, and as I was getting really close to the hotel, which was in the government area, Taipei, all the streets were swarming with people, and some of them had baseball bats, and they were cracking windshields. So I told the taxi cab driver, I'll get out here, you know, and I walked with my suitcase to the hotel. And from what I can gather, that was in the late 80s. They just had their first election where a Democratic president won. So they're becoming much more democratic. They never really were before. Fast forward 40 years. Go to Taiwan now, it's almost like being in New York City. They've got a Michelin star noodle shop, you know, in Taichung. And compared to the earlier days, all the roads are new, everything is really high-end, and pretty much most of the high-end component parts and bikes are made in either Taiwan or China. So you have this little pocket, literally, in Southeast Asia, where 95% of the quality bikes are made. So Warren Buffett is generally acknowledged to be one of the best investors in recent memory, if not forever. And he had just bought a $4.1 billion stake in TSMC, the chip maker, computer chip maker in Taiwan. TSMC makes the best chips in the world. No one else does it. And Buffett was selling all of his stock. Now, you can say, well, maybe he changed his mind. He said, no, the factory is one of the best in the world. They even have a moat around it, which he likes to say. It's a little protected area around the business, figuratively, of course. And someone asked him why. Well, he said, it wasn't a problem with the company, but I just didn't like where it was located. So, to me, if Buffett is taking a $4.1 billion investment quickly out of TSMC, it's indicative that he's very, very concerned about the future of Taiwan, and he doesn't want to take that risk. Bike industry is small, and it's very concentrated. There are, in many cases, there are no substitute suppliers. You've got Shimano, you've got SRAM for the bicycle components, but you know, the other people who make them, components like that, aren't competitive, and if so, they're probably even in Taiwan. So you have a real issue here. I think, hopefully, that's not as bad a news as I claim it's going to be. But that's your update for today. Thanks for visiting the site. Bye.